Hello, friends at home. In this video, I will be going very quickly over this church year wheel. It says the first step is to color the spaces on the church wheel. Now, if you remember yesterday and the day before, we talked about the church year and the different colors that we use in the church during those seasons. You may also remember that in our books, we colored the vestments, the chasubles that the priest wears. Remember, we colored them the different colors to go with the different church seasons. So the first thing you will do is get out your crayons and go through and color. Remember ordinary time? Who remembers what color ordinary time was? Do you remember, Austin? Green, yes. And so most of the time, remember there was over 30 Sundays in ordinary time. We have a little bit of ordinary time right here, and then we have this larger chunk of ordinary time. Both of those pieces will get colored green, okay? Who remembers for Christmas and Easter, what were the colors that the priest wears? Do you remember, Noah? Yellow. It was white or gold, right? You said yellow, which is the color we used. So for these ones, you can either color them lightly gold, or you can do like we did a couple days ago, where you just kind of color around the edge and give it like a gold lining on the white. So Christmas and Easter were white. Ordinary time is green. Who remembers what color the priest wears during Advent and Lent? We just recently finished up Advent. We'll get to Lent next month. Camila, do you remember? Well, we do have pink one time during Advent, but what was the main color that they wear? Purple. You got it. So Advent and Lent should be colored purple. And then that leaves us here this special 3 days. Who remembers what color the priest wears on those special holy days throughout the year? Do you remember? Oh, it was darker than pink. Connor, do you remember?
I wasn't there, but I'm just guessing. Blue?
No, it's actually red, okay? So after you finish coloring your wheel, and I will put a sample up for you in case you forget what colors, so you don't need to worry. After you finish coloring your wheel, the next thing it says to do is cut out the wheel, and it says glue it to a sheet of construction paper. We're not going to glue ours to a sheet of construction paper. We're just going to leave them how they are, okay? The next thing it says is cut out the pointer. So you will cut out your circle, and then you will cut out this pointer. Now, every single year, as long as I've been teaching, whenever we make these, I always have at least one student who cuts out their wheel, throws away their scraps, and throws away their pointer. Don't be that student. Make sure you cut out your pointer and your circle. After you have them both cut out, come see me, and I will attach a spinner or a fastener so that you can spin your arrow. Now, friends at home, I don't recall if we put the fasteners in your folders or not, so I'll make sure we get a fastener in your folders this upcoming week, so when you're come to pick up your folders on Monday, you'll have a fastener in there so you can put yours together if you don't have one at home, okay? So now I will show you a finished product so that you have an idea of what it will look like. This is a finished church wheel. This is one that I colored ahead of time. See, I colored the arrow in the center pink. It says, "We follow you, Jesus." And then this is like a moving active calendar that you can use throughout the year to remind you of what season we are currently in. Now, we finished up ordinary time, and then we had our 4 weeks of Advent. And right now we are at the very, very end of the Christmas season. Today we are celebrating the Feast of the Epiphany. You know that that is the feast when the wise men came to visit the Lord and Savior, baby Jesus, at his birthplace. They brought him gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And so we celebrate that today. And then we're going to move back into ordinary time. And we'll be in ordinary time for a few weeks, Noah, until we get to Ash Wednesday when we'll begin the season of Lent. Lent is the time when it's 40 days in which a lot of people give up eating meat on Fridays. They sacrifice. Some people don't eat sweets. Some people don't eat coffee. Some people make a pact to exercise. Some people try to pray every day. It's a time when you kind of like a New Year's resolution, but you make a promise to God, and then you use that time to get closer to God, to try to better yourself by getting closer to God. And then we'll move into the 3 days, which is the time when we are preparing for Jesus to rise from the dead. Then we have the Easter season, which lasts for several weeks, and then we'll be back into ordinary time. So after you finish coloring your wheel, make sure you cut it out nicely. Don't forget to cut out your arrow, and if you want to color like I did, and it doesn't have to be pink, you can use whatever color you'd like. And then you can bring it up to me and I'll put it together. And again, if you are working from home, I'll make sure to get a fastener sent to you because I honestly can't remember if I put one in your folder or not. So I will make sure I send one home for next week. Okay? All right, boys and girls, have fun with this, and I can't wait to see the finished products. Bye, boys and girls.